Welcome back. I'm back, boys. Nice to be back. This is the last time I will be back in this sit down sort of environment. And yeah, you could already tell that by the title. It's not clickbait. This time it actually is. And there's a few reasons. First reason is that I'm going to be switching the content. It's going to be a little bit different. So there's still going to be videos and they're going to be a lot more fun. I'll get into that a little bit later. And second reason is that I'll get into it in the video. And the third reason is they never really got the traction I wanted them to. No one's going to sit down and choose a 10-minute video of some random guy yapping or talking or whatever you want to call it over some streamer twerking or whatever the frick you people watch. I quite frankly want to separate the ideas of the internet in this video. So what do I mean by that? Let's get into it. So there are two types of ways you can consume the internet, in my opinion. And the first is, you get attached or you have relationships or you have meaning in relationships or people on the internet, right? Whether it's a streamer or a friend that you know or person across the world that you like playing video games with or whatever it is or chatting with on social media. These are all the different ways that people may use social media, and I think they're all diabolical. They're all stupid. You can disagree in the comments if you like. You can ignore this. You can click onto my new videos, but ignore this video. Point is, I don't care what you think about it. I believe that it's stupid, right? For example, recently I commented on a short video of a streamer talking about how she felt about being with some other streamer, and I was like, I try and get this content out, and so I listened to it, and I was like, what the frick am I listening to? Like, holy yap, I don't give two fricks. If a normal person talked like that, they were talking like this, and I felt like, and he was like, oh my god, and he made me feel, and I really appreciate that he didn't, and he was so cool. And if someone talked like that in the real world, you'd look at them kind of funny, and you'd be like, dude, I don't care, shut the frick up. You tell them that. And so that's what I commented, and I was like, dude, this is a whole bunch of nothing. Alright, holy yap, I don't give a frick. Is exactly what I commented. And lo and behold, a whole bunch of meat-riding people came in the comments like, hey, you're the idiot for taking your time out to comment this. You're the one who wasted your time. I'm like, okay. And then, in response, I actually commented something. And I was like, the first thing is like, I'm trying to get this content out, right? I don't really care for this stuff, so I'm just surprised, honestly, that like this stuff exists, and I don't like this stuff, so I'm not in any means part of this community. And then the second thing I said is it's baffling from an outsider in. It's baffling that people like you care about this crap, are attached to these people, and are willing to defend these people that you barely know, just because they say something on the internet that you liked a few times or you found them entertaining. You all of a sudden see them as your role model or hero or someone that you love and you are attached to, that you are willing to defend them and, comment them and talk about them and be engaged and love them. And then when it comes to the real world, you'll never talk about that because it's weird. Yeah, it is weird. It's weird to have relationships with people you do not know. I promise it is. Live in the real world. So that's the first way I see people using the internet. And the second way is a more friendly way, and this can also be excessive, which is, comedy humor. You watch AI baby videos, which is what I do. I did recently, or you watch videos about like top 5, or whatever. It's just funny and it's humorous and it's whatever. It's chill. And while we're on the internet, I guess I'll talk about the internet. The whole streamer phase stuff, that stuff is like that first category where I'm talking about like diabolical. And the second one is like AMP, where it's just stupid. There's one that sticks out to me is like freaking Kai Cenat kicking around a $1 million robot, or whatever it was. It's just funny, right? So one, you're like attached to the streamers and the relationships and the drama. And then the other one, you're just laughing at the stupid crap that they do. And there's also drama on that side. So neither side is perfect. And I don't really like either. And I don't try to view their content just because I know it's draining. It's not really relaxing. But those are generally the two sides. But the more balanced version of the comedic side, I think, is the best way to use the internet. Where you watch videos that are funny, they're entertaining, they're relaxing, that are, brainless. That's essentially what we should use the internet. Don't try and use your brain and with the internet. It just doesn't work. Use your brain for your life. Be brainless on the internet, right? And don't let it be excessive. And so how do you do that? You have routines. I would always, every Sunday, make myself a nice breakfast, and I'd enjoy this funny video, and I'd watch that, and then I'd clean up, and then this would be every Sunday, and I'd get everything wrapped up, and I'd have a great start to the week and great end of the week, right? Nice bridge, and I'm like, okay, now let's get going. Or second example is that every 1 or 2 or 3 days, I have this bowl of yogurt with dark chocolate chips and blueberries, and I sit there and I watch this car video, and I enjoy it from a certain YouTuber. Shout out Jake Schnatter if you know who that is. Maybe I'll make content like him. Slight teaser if you know who that is. Hopefully trying to do something like that, a little more humble version, but yeah, that's what I do, and it'd be nice and balanced. You watch the video, maybe you watch a second quick car video, and then head to bed. Or that's what I would do. I'd head to bed. I'd read my book. Recently I started reading my book. Read my book, go to bed. Nice evening, right? And that kind of connects to my previous video. But before that, I just want to enunciate this point that just have a balance, have a routine, make this stuff work. Now, what did I just say? Have a good routine, like wholesome people who are good and provide, good content, right? Get engaged with that stuff. And what I was about to say, my previous content, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to delete it. I'm proud of those videos. I think they have great meaning. In fact, in my last video, I talked about something very relevant here, which is that, life is just about routines, balance, and trying to, do good things. That's literally all it should be. If you want a good life, that's how you do it. There's no solution on the internet that's going to give you, do this fab to lose this weight or feel better about your body or feel this way or look better or feel like this or blah, blah, blah. None of the solutions are going to be on the internet. That's why I'm stopping these videos, is because your solution to all your problems shouldn't be listening to Amar Huda. It shouldn't be listening to my content, honestly. Your solutions to your problems are in the real world, is to fix the problems you have, fix the habits, fix the patterns, analyze them, know what's going on, change it. And there's no life-changing click where all of a sudden you watch this or do this, all of a sudden you're rich, or you did this strategy. No, there's none of that. You're going to live a pretty humble life. You're going to make 40, 50, 60, 70K a year, maybe 80, 90, 150. You can try things, right? But the more you are curious and venture out and live in the real world, the better your life's going to be. There's no click. There's no thing. It's all about balance. It's all about it's all about longevity. How can I do this good thing for as long as possible? Routine, habits, and enjoying it, enjoying the process, right? That's literally the simplest way of being successful in all people's terms. That's how you be happy, right? And you're fixed to your spirituality also isn't on the internet. But besides all of that, those are the few things I want to say just going away in this last video. There's no deep purpose on the internet. If you got some value out of my content, and I think, I listen to philosophy on the internet. I listen to lectures on the internet. So there's not, you can use your brain on the internet, but just be critical of what you're listening to. Be aware, I think if you use your critical mind to evaluate these videos, you'd see that, this is actually genuine good content. And it's not I think I'm slightly different than all those people who did those videos in their car or wherever where they're talking about masculinity or whatever. I think I was a little bit different and I provided a different angle, but if you don't think so, it doesn't matter. We've reached the end of the road. So I'm glad y'all have joined me. It's been a fun journey. It's going to be missed. Video's been cool. But either way, with everything else in life you're trying to accomplish, good luck and take care.